now is, an extremely relevant time to make a game about war. I mean, with all the conflict in the world, without necessarily saying this is a game that's about, what's going on in Iraq or anything like that. It's a planet Sierra that's kind of like Earth. And it actually is, and to some extent, just as much almost a World War II with monsters as it is kind of relevant to what's going on in the world today. From the get-go, we knew it was going to be about the four main guys, right? And all of the personality traits were there. It was just a matter of matching the right one to the right guy. Playing as Marcus, you want to see him back against the wall, breathing heavy, and see the scars in his face and know that this guy's been through a lot, right? Get to know his friends, and then, of course, you pull the left trigger, and you're basically in first-person mode at that point anyway, except you just happen to see that he's got like a little nick out of his ear. By not doing the exact same thing as most like your typical FPS crowd, by going third person, by requiring people to take cover, the locusts take more than 3 shots to take down, we're expecting a lot of people to actually play slightly differently. And that's going to require a little bit of patience to get. There's a little bit of a learning curve in the game. If there's a few weeks after the game comes out, if there's one guy in North America or in Europe or wherever who hasn't heard of it, which I think there's 3 of them left, you could have, 2 guys hanging out. Okay, and so then I was sitting there, right? And, I shot this one locust, and then I stepped on his head, and then I come around the corner, and there's this giant monster shooting these things into the air, and the chopper comes by, and the chopper crashes while the guy in the back is screaming. And then he's like, what the hell game were you playing, right? Like, the more describable your experience can be, the more you can pitch it to somebody, the more people can kind of latch onto it. If you're just like, what were you doing? Well, I was going through a dungeon, and I was hacking on rats for about 40 hours, and you're like, that's not really how I want to spend my weekend, dude.